Greetings of the day. Today, let us see when lilacs last in the Dooryard bloomed. When lilacs last in the Dooryard bloomed is Walt Whitman's poem, which was published in a pamphlet that appeared in the sequel to Drum Taps in 1865. The poem is in the form of an elegy and it describes the sad and darkening mood of death. Abraham Lincoln's name is not mentioned as it is the tradition of writing an elegy. What is the occasion of the poem? Let us see today. Abraham Lincoln's dynamic leadership gained him respect. His courage during the American Civil War was applauded by all the people in this world and they loved him as a true leader. The American Civil War was fought between the states in the North and the South over the issues of slavery and the rights of the states to govern themselves. The Civil War, which was held between 1861 and 1865, came to an end on 14th April 1865 when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, an American actor. It was a sad moment of sorrow in victory. America paid a costly price for its victory. At this juncture, this poem was written. Abraham Lincoln was called the superhuman of the world. Why is it he called so? If we take his life's history, we will believe that he is a superhuman. In 1831, Abraham Lincoln failed in business and declared bankruptcy. In 1832, he was defeated for state legislature. In 1834, Abraham Lincoln again failed in business. In 1835, his fiancée died. In 1836, he had a nervous breakdown. And in 1837, he was defeated in election. In 1843, he was defeated in bid for US Congress. In 1846, again he was defeated in bid for US Congress. In 1846, in 1847, again he failed and was defeated for the second time and third time in bid for US Congress. In 1855, he was defeated for the US Senate. In 1856, he was defeated for the office of Vice President. In 1858, again he was defeated for US Senate. At last, in the year 1859, he was elected as the President of United States of America. See, from the year 1831 to 1859, he was suffered, he was failed in business, he was defeated, but he did not lose any enthusiasm. I could remember Sir Winston Churchill, the former Prime Minister of England, quote, "Success is going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm." So this quote aptly suits the life of Abraham Lincoln. Let us see this poem, how Walt Whitman describes and how he mourns the death of Abraham Lincoln. See, in this poem, we could see that Abraham Lincoln was from the western side of America, especially from the state of Illinois. The poet makes use of the blooming of lilacs in spring season poetically when Abraham Lincoln was killed brutally. Walt Whitman describes beautifully the train journey, the train which carries the body of Abraham Lincoln, the great man, from Washington to his hometown Springfield. The poet describes the situation in such a way that we, the readers, how we are influenced through the senses of smell, sight and hearing. And in the very first stanzas of the poem, we could see that we are introduced to the three symbols, lilacs, star and the bird, which in turn introduce death in terms of the natural cycle of individual mourning and of mystic rupture. Look at the very first stanza. When lilacs last in the Dooryard bloomed, and the great star yearly drooped in the western sky in the night, I mourned and yet shall mourn with ever returning spring. Ever returning spring, Trinity sure to me you bring. Lilac blooming perennial and drooping star in the west, and thought of him I love. See, the I in the poem does not refer to Walt Whitman alone, it refers to all the people of America also. Lincoln, the death of Lincoln affected Walt Whitman strongly, and hence this elegy was written. The pathos of Lincoln dying in spring. The spring season is the season of growth and blooming of flowers, fulfillment of joy. All these have been taken away from us, the leader Lincoln, forever. Walt Whitman used the lilacs to suggest cycle of life, the idea of Trinity, the Holy Father, His Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Pida, Sudan, Parasuthar, Aviyin Perale, Amen. We used to say in Tamil also. He uses the western star to Abraham Lincoln. Walt Whitman wrote this poem to commemorate the sudden demise that was inspired by the assassination of Lincoln. The poem has three symbols: lilacs, star, and Walt Whitman's love, the president of Abraham Lincoln. So he has compared the western star to Abraham Lincoln in the night sky, and ever returning spring, Trinity sure to me you bring. Lilac blooming perennial. Perennial means continuing forever. Drooping star refers to Abraham Lincoln. Let us see the second stanza of the poem. Oh, powerful western fallen star, oh, shades of night, oh, moody, tearful night, oh, great star disappeared, oh, the black murk that hides the star, oh, cruel hands that hold me powerless, oh, helpless soul of me, oh, harsh surrounding cloud that will not free my soul. See, the emotions of the poem are embedded in a number of powerful symbols. The western star is Abraham Lincoln, its fixed position in the heavens suggesting his steady leadership of the nation. The harsh surrounding cloud represents death and the tragic loss it leaves in its wake. The lilacs returning every spring symbolize the eternal memory of the president and the strong love of the poet for him. So Walt Whitman here remains as a helpless soul, and the term black murk refers to a situation which is complicated and unpleasant. Death has hidden Abraham Lincoln like the cloud hiding a star. Oh, harsh surrounding cloud that will not free my soul. So he is arrested with the love of Abraham Lincoln's love. Let us see the third stanza in the next video. Thank you.